Hello everybody, I'm Krasi and this is the week for the 12 Ascendants from 4th of March until the 10th of March, Sunday. This is an overview on how the sky will impact the 12 Ascendants. This is just very basic, of course, because every person's chart is unique, but you can benefit from the main directions that I will give you. So I'm starting with Aries. Right now, for approximately 1 month, we're having Mars in Aries, which is wonderful, but which is very nice in terms of ambition, in terms of plans, in terms of desire to create, to Mars is also having aspect with Venus, which can have impact on your emotional status. You may feel that you're too emotional, or that your love life is a bit too emotional. I would say during this period, be patient with your beloved ones and be very spiritual, because only this way we can have our emotions a little bit under control. So on the other hand, you're receiving harmonious aspect from the sun. So I believe that this will be quite positive week in terms of your work, your desire to create, the people around you, financially as well. Saturn is supporting you in terms of practicality. So you may be having this positive ambition, but you're also going to be very practical because of the Saturnine aspect. Venus is supporting you as well. So this week I see as fine financially. The only important point is that you a little bit control your emotional status. Taurus. Mercury is making a very positive aspect to your ascendant, Taurus, but is in a moment of disappearance. So this would be a period that you will be like summarizing a plan, or summarizing a project, completing something. This week may not be the most appropriate for beginning. Venus is making very harmonious aspect to support your spirituality, to support your travels if you want. Venus, this is also, the week is fine for your finances. The sun is in such position that this will support your work. So I see this as a quite positive week for Ascendant Taurus. Gemini. For quite some time, until January 2020, you're receiving the opposition of Saturn, which is quite limiting in terms of your private life. Contracts, agreements can have an impact on your energy, on your health. It can be, you may feel a little bit limited in terms of health, in terms of energy. But I believe that with spirituality and good organization and structuring your activities, your everyday life, your duties, I believe that you will pass through this period in a very positively. On the other hand, your ascendant ruler now is on your 10th house to create new opportunities, most probably at your working place. Mercury is also for you on the 10th house in a phase of disappearance. So this may be something completing of something important at your work. This will be also very spiritual week, with the sun making a very nice aspect to your ascendant from the point of a very spiritual star. So this can be a week of travel, of course, depends on the individual horoscope. Can be a very spiritual week of awakening, of everything, of studies, sharing your knowledge. So in this regard, the week will be very positive. The only thing is, be patient with your beloved ones, be careful with contracts, with agreements. Also, be very responsible for your health and do natural methods to support your energy, the levels of your energy in general. Cancer. Now, Mars for you is in such important placement that you may desire to have new plannings, to have a new ambitious for new projects at work. Depends on the chart. Displacement of Mars can create obstacles and conflicting situations at work. So be patient and be very analytical and use your intuition, which you have in abundance. Use your intuition at work because of displacement of Mars. Also, Venus is in such place that this is quite supportive for your private life, supportive for your agreements, contracts. You are also very much blessed by the placement of Jupiter. Be responsible with your health, but on the other, also the week will be very good for studies, teaching, and travel. Leo rising, Leo ascendant. Now you're receiving wonderful, harmonious aspect from Mars, which for you is a very positive planet. Of course, this is an overview. Every time I say it depends on the personal chart. But the placement of Mars can create interesting financial opportunities, new projects, new plannings, new desires to create, to study, to teach others, to share your knowledge. The Sun is in such position that this can create opportunities also for new projects, for contracts, for agreements. Saturn is placed in such a way that you may desire to get deeper into esoteric secret knowledges, studies. Your home is supported. I see also no issues with your finances. So basically this is for the very esoteric rising sign of Leo, because you know most of the esoteric and astrological stars are in the Leo constellation. And then we are having Virgo. Your ascendant ruler is detriment, is on a fall. So this can create emotional situation that you may feel insecure. Of course, this depends on the chart, on the personal chart of everyone. But this can create situations like in your personal life, situations which would say that you will need to be patient with your beloved ones. This can create, on the other hand, depends on how Mercury is placed on your natal chart, opportunities for new agreements, for knowing new people. The week will be fine for you for traveling. Venus is placed in such a good way that she's supporting your finances, your health, your good luck. Be patient with your people at home. Be very intuitive at work and see who is a friend, who is a foe. So this is very important. Mars will put you in situation that you desire to investigate deeper into esoterics, hidden knowledges, and you may need to have additional ambition and efforts in order to make money. But in any case, Venus will have very supportive role for you. Libra. For Libra rising, you're having the opposition of Mars for approximately 1 month now. This is valid also for this week. And this would say also that that is best to stay away from conflicting situations. This week may not be the best for new agreements, new beginnings, new contracts for you. Venus will support your home, your relationship, also financially, but the two planets, Venus and Mars, on your chart are placed in such a way that you may have emotional status like being too emotional or too extremes, or feel have restless mind, or feel a bit too emotional. Yes, so be patient, be very intuitive, use your intuition. Your money will be supported from the placement of Jupiter. This week may not be the best for travel, for taking any risks, but you'll be, when you're using your intuition, when you're patient with your family, your beloved ones, you will be okay. And then we have in Scorpio. Also this week, even though Jupiter is in the last degrees of Scorpio, you are very much blessed by the presence of Jupiter on your ascendant. You may need to do some extra efforts in terms of money. This week, it's good that you are very intuitive and very careful with your subordinates, with the people around you at your work. Be responsible with your health as well. Your home is supported by the presence of the sun, and you may desire to investigate into another studies, additional knowledge, digging into ancient occult sciences. Oh, this is very positive. In any case, you are supported, you are blessed, your health is blessed, your family life is blessed. Just be a little bit more responsible for your health until this next week at least. Sagittarius rising. Saturn is on your ascendant for quite some time. January 2020, Saturn will move away from your ascendant, and then you will have a relief. Now, Saturn on the ascendant also this week can be a good thing, can be a lesson of wisdom, can be a lesson of patience. So if you're very spiritual, if you do meditations, if you enhance your intuition during the period when Saturn is on your ascendant, you will pass through this period with easy. Although I know this is a period of limitation. Limiting in terms of health, you may have some discomforts depending on your chart, of course. So support yourself with spiritual work, with natural herbal or medical sources, so that you really have good energies, and I'm sure that you will pass through this period easy. What is very important also to know is that Saturn is very much about time orientation, discipline, good organization. So if you apply these small rules into your everyday life, you will pass through the period easily. Venus right now is supporting you financially. The week is fine for traveling. So it is okay. Just that in general, you may feel a little bit limited, and you may desire self-isolation while you're having this aspect. Mars on your 5th house depends on your natal Mars, but still Mars in own place in your 5th house can open new horizons in terms of study, knowledge, the knowledge that may not belong necessarily to the matrix, some interesting new knowledge. Capricorn. Venus on your ascendant will be supporting you for approximately 1 month, so this is wonderful. You may feel, due to the placement of your ascendant ruler, a little bit lack of energy, health discomforts. Again, you may desire to give attention to esoteric spiritual studies. This is wonderful. Do this. The week will be very, very fine for your finances. Mercury will give opportunity for travel, communication, media work. Be patient at your home. Be very intuitive at your work because of the placement of Mars. But in general, right now, Venus is having a very important supportive role for you. Also for your finances, together with the Sun. Okay. And now we are having Aquarius. The Sun on your ascendant is supportive, gives you good energies, gives you desire to create, to study, even to travel. Mercury on your 2nd house, even in phase of disappearance, still can create opportunities for money, can can be very positive also in terms of studies, even though it's in the second house, but still Mercury is ruling your fifth house. So you may have this nice desire to study. Jupiter will support you from your 10th house, which will be good for your work, for your plans, for your finances. And with Saturn, you may need to be cautious also this week with the people that surround you, with the people that that come into your life. So Saturn will be limiting factor there, and Saturn will also create a need for you to make some additional efforts when making your money, also to apply additional discipline, time orientation. So all this will be valid for Saturn. Your love life may not be really very much supported while Venus is in your 12th house, but your intuition, your empathic deeds, your merciful and empathy will be quite supported by the universe because of the placement of Venus. Pisces. Now, on your ascendant, you're having Mercury in a heliacal phase, disappearing. So this means that Mercury is very important for you. Pisces is a very important sign in general for our era, because in Pisces we have the point of the vernal equinox, and I will tell you also 2 words about this. So Mercury will be supporting you in terms of communication, travel, sharing your knowledge, studies, esoteric studies, astrology, all this. Venus will support you financially, Mars as well. Jupiter will support your philosophical studies, travel, communication with people abroad, philosophical studies, I said. Saturn may create some obstacles at your work with superiors. So again, be very disciplined and use your very, very powerful intuition to at work, with the people that surround you, with your superiors, and I'm sure that you will pass through this period not very difficult. In any case, financially, the week will be quite fine for you. So with this, I'm completing about the short overview of the 12 ascendants. Just to tell you briefly what I said also in my monthly prognosis, that on the 8th of March, we will see the first lunar crescent. Excuse me. The first lunar crescent. It would say that this will be valid for for the Earth, for every country. But the only difference is that for the Southern Hemisphere, this will be autumn. So we are going to see on the 8th of March the first lunar crescent. With this, the astronomical new year is starting. So you may like to, in the evening, to look what is happening on the sky. Are there clouds? What is the color of the moon? Oh, this is very important. So whatever we see on the sky with the appearance of the moon will be key important for the year to come, for each one of us. So the first appearance of the first lunar crescent is happening in Pisces, and that is why Pisces is such an important sign for our era. How to benefit from this day? Well, say a prayer, make a wish to the universe around this day. Like I mentioned it in another video, but in case that you didn't see it, approximately 10 days after this particular time, the herbs that you may like to gather will have special healing and magical powers. So also in terms of agriculture, this particular week will be very important for planting, seeding. So this is just to give you an idea how to make use of the first lunar crescent. So with this, I'm completing my video. I will also make a video on how to use the moon when planting for agriculture. I'm saying this because this is having again a link and particular importance in relation to this particular first lunar crescent, the starting of the month of Nisan, which was very, very important in the ancient world. Thank you.